He's
The art is so.
look at that, fighting out of NorCal.
Ooh.
Main kill move, miss ledge dash. This is wow.
This is hype. John Redcorn, shoutouts to Jesus.
Yeah, the main and the alt are just two different colors. Captain Falcon enjoys Brood War and White Claws. Sometimes together, sometimes not. This is the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Fighting out of NorCal sounds hype.
Extremely cool. Extremely cool. So, yeah, S2J Kodorin. This is I mean, yeah, again, like Marth Falcon, this has got to be one of the most hotly debated matchups, and I will point out right now, this would be a good time to start putting in, if you're, if you're enjoying yourself on this wonderful Sunday morning, put in your clear winner prediction in the chat. This is we're going to be collecting those clear winner predictions, and we're going to be showing off just what y'all think as to who the favorite for each matchup is right before the sets begin.
Who do you got
Falcon.
going? Who do you got going into this? If
So
you had to be in the chat putting your clear winner.
Here's the thing, right? Marth Falcon, this to me is the most hotly debated matchup in terms of like people have so many, like this is such an opinionated, people get so opinionated over this matchup, right? Because it's like, the classic thing to say is like, well, Falcon's got the punish game, Marth's got the neutral game.
But that has kind of shifted over the course.
Even that's kind of shifted.
Even that's
right?
really
like,
shifted.
Marth definitely can just combo Falcon to 120. So it was really fun. I was talking to Kodorin yesterday while him and J-Mick were playing friendlies. Kodorin said, I kind of think Kodorin is a genius for this because he was trying to like he was trying to like make me empathetic to his cause.
Okay.
And Kodorin looked at me and he was like, Marth Falcon is like Fox Falco and Marth is Fox. And I was like,
you have to elaborate a little bit.
And he was like, yeah, if you're playing on point, then you can combo them to death.
Right.
But then, you're late for like one little thing and you get wake up shined. And I was like, and he was basically saying that the Falcon is wake up shining and you're not really wake up shining, but you're
getting a grab or a stomp or something. And
right. You like, you go for your combo extension, but you didn't realize that it didn't quite combo. And then Falcon gets double jump stomp knee at 50 and you die.
You die wrong. Yeah. Huh. That's an interesting analogy.
I looked at Kodorin and I was like, I love that you're trying to put this into Fox terms for me. You're like,
just for you.
I was like, Kodorin, you're trying to make me sympathetic to your cause. Like, yeah. I'm like you. I'm the Fox. We have to work so hard.
We're the same.
Falcon just needs us at 50.
Do you think Kodorin does this kind of thing with each?
Intentionally, I'm 100.
No. I mean with other players. Like if he goes up to like Brandon, if we start talking about like Falco or something like that.
Marth Falcon is like Falco Puff, and Martha's Falco. Yeah,
He's got a scenario for every situation.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. Let's check out. Let's take a look at Kodorin's stat line here. I'm super duper excited for. I don't know. I feel like the first game of the set is gonna show us. There's Kodorin. Look at that. Look at the little cut in.
Ooh.
With the you got like and this is they did this graphic first. Shoutouts to just the whole level of production here.
Good.
Yeah, we got like the normal face, and I think this was shoutouts to Sarah graphics at Golden Guardians. But yeah, there's like the cut in of like combat mode, kind of like torn off. I think that's so sick. But Fort Smash mind games.
Fighting out of SoCal, Kodorin, representing FlyQuest.
Yeah, this is. I think the first game is going to tell us a lot because I will say from what I saw yesterday, I think both players are playing pretty good, and we are about to go to S2J's intro. So let's see. Let's see the man himself.
Oh my god. Is Johnny just flipping everyone off? Johnny flipped everyone off except Zayn. And
whoever
that person is.
This is sick.
This is
hell yeah.
This is in this studio?
Yeah, that's like right over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's right over there. This is so
oh my god.
Oh, there's a couch. Oh.
The couch
that's
within
tight.
The ring.
That's tight. Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
Dude, the lights and everything, the production value.
No, I'm telling you,
yeah,
we're like in an office.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a minute, did they
like,
record this?
Like, where is this?
Is this pre-recorded? That's right over there. I need to go over there.
I know.
That's crazy. It's a whole different world over
there. That was Johnny. Now let's bring in Kodorin. I should have done that voice for Johnny. Oh, and it's green. It's like I just noticed the color difference. Oh, let's go!
The controller.
Man.
That was like a Marth up smash.
That was like a Marth up smash. Do you remember a couple years ago when Melee was like, Melee's a main game in CEO, and players would do walk-ins. Our walk-ins used to be trash.
But look at us now.
I'm kind of into this. Hell yeah. Little the class adjust. That's a Melee classic. Shouts to PPND and Armada. Johnny Kodorin. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, man, okay, this could go the distance, or this could be a 4-0 in either direction. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I feel like the first game is going to tell us a lot.
By the way, I just love the fact that we have such crazy high production value, and it's always going to be a CRT. I love Melee for that. No matter what, you're always going to have that
CRT. Okay, J-Moog, I want to know what your thoughts, because you're the Falcon main. I dabble with both these characters, and J-Moog said something to me yesterday that I want your take on. J-Moog basically said, this matchup is really fun, but losing this matchup as either side, you feel like the matchup's like 30-70.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good way to put it. It's very interesting, right? Because on the Falcons end, when you get red off stage, for example, if you get sent off stage with like a forward throw or something, and then the Marth does, especially Kodorin will do it, like run off, jump back, double jump back down air,
Yeah.
Things like that really are frustrating. And on the flip side, if you get opened up from the Marth's end off of like down throw into upper knee or some kind of nair combo, that also feels really frustrating.
Yeah, you're like, wow, really?
So that's very interesting. Yeah, it can be very frustrating for both sides, but I think it's pretty even. All things considered, I think it's pretty even.
All things held equal. Yeah, I'm kind of with that.
Even with the evolution of like Marth's combo game, I still feel like it's pretty even nowadays.
Yeah, that's how I always feel about it. It's like functionally an even matchup. It's and on any given day. I don't know. Like, Falcon can always do it against Marth. I remember we had a couple months ago, actually like a year ago, and y'all should definitely check this out at some point after the stream. We did like a Falcon roundtable on the Golden Gardens Melee channel with S2J was on there, None was on there, and Gatsu said something that I thought was really fascinating, which basically Gatsu was like, and they were kind of, this came up, the Falcon Marth matchup, and Gatsu said something that's like, at the end of the day, he's like, Falcon's gotta be Marth. And I was like, yeah? And he was like, we should be killing him. Like, at the end of the day, when we grab him, he should die.
That's very true.
And Falcon's got a really good dash dance. So, and you can, CC's really good. And so I kind of feel like at the end of the day, like, no matter, you can lose this match. You can play the Falcon side of this matchup, and you just can't get in for 30 seconds. And you're just like, oh my god, I can't win neutral.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. And that's Falcon in a nutshell in a lot of matchups too, right? It's just like you can take the hits. Falcon's kind of tanky, right? But when you get the opening, you gotta make it work. And I think that's what it's really gonna come down to, even on both sides. I think Kodorin's punish game on Falcon is really solid, especially with the way that Kodorin tech chases. Specifically when Falcon will do like miss tech or tech in place, Kodorin will love to do like up tilt or, like space around it, do like a nice tipper forward smash, depending on the positioning.
Yeah, I've seen that Kodorin did a really cool up tilt that I saw yesterday where Kodorin kind of was playing this was when J-Moog was playing Falcon. Kodorin got like J-Moog to miss attack and then up tilted the miss tech and got a huge combo off that.
Yeah. Which is really juicy because a lot of other Marths might just, like keep doing like forward throw or do like down throw, re-grab, and that's not very much percent. Like Marth's grabs do like 4%, something low, right? But if you get an up tilt, it's juicy.
Really,
Juicy.
Right.
At a lot of percent.
Yeah, this is I love this matchup. This is such a fun matchup to watch. I feel like I love this matchup on both sides, and I feel like the only reason I love it is because I don't main these characters. And I feel like if I mained one of them, I would hate this.
I think what J-Moog said made a lot of sense. There are times where I love this matchup, and then there's times where I'm like, you killed me at like 30%.
Yeah, or they got you off stage at 30%, and then they killed you at 120 because you never made it back.
That's right. Oh, man.
Forward smash, neutral B, forward smash. Fair force.
Down tilt, down tilt, down tilt. You teched it, I can down tilt again. You teched it, I still get a down tilt this time.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it can be pretty frustrating. But sometimes you get those long, nice, extended combos from Falcon, and oh boy.
Or not very long.
Or not.
Up air D. Cool.
It is pretty cool.
Sometimes you just get like throw up air D at 40, and then they up you onto the stage, and then it's stop D. It's all right, cool.
That's an interesting point. I think it's going to come down a lot to how well Johnny can edge guard in this particular matchup, because Falcon does have the ability to edge guard Marth pretty well.
Yeah.
But it kind of is pretty timing specific. You know, you need to have like some really nice invincible ledge dashes to really get like some of those stomp knees, or you know, you have to do like light shield at certain times, you know, like the Marth killer and whatnot. So Falcon definitely has the ability, but I would say that's one of Johnny's weaker points in his gameplay, right? And that's something that people have talked about for years.
Yeah, I think that like for S2J, yeah, it is funny because that used to be the meme, was like the S2J edge guard. But yeah, I think for Johnny, I think what it really was, maybe you have like a more nuanced opinion on this. My take was always that like Johnny would hit some really kind of precise edge guards, but Johnny, if anything, wouldn't go off stage to edge guard very much. He liked to edge guard more from the stage. And I feel like against Marth, the way you make it really, really tough for Marth to get back, half the time, definitely there's the more modern stuff where you just like invincibly, you invincibly ledge stall Marth up, he's onto the stage, and then you like knee or you stomp knee. But there's also like, you can just go off stage. And like, I don't know, weak knee up there, or just like back air, like make it look like you're grabbing ledge and back air. And there's these kind of spots where you can just really, you just take stocks at really low percents because of that. And I feel like sometimes Johnny doesn't go for those.
Right. Because I think if you do mess that up, you get like a little bit of side B into up B. You get like forward aired if they read you coming out, you know. So I think you're right that it's good to represent some of those options, but you can get, speaking from personal experience, I feel like I could get rattled, you know. If like one of those edge guards goes sour, suddenly you've like lost a whole stock. It's a huge reversal, you know, where you should have had the advantage. Now you're losing.
Right.
Whereas if you edge guard on stage, like the worst that happens is you get knocked back to center stage,
and
right?
then Marth grabs the ledge.
Right. So I think sometimes that comes into play a little bit when you're thinking about how to edge guard. And if you have like the invincible edge dashes, I think it's really good to just do that. But it is hard to do.
It's hard to do, you know, and there's like, there's a flow chart you can kind of do. You can even like ledge dash, crouch. I've seen like Gatsu was doing like, and I think Wizzy was doing, they were doing like ledge dash, crouch cancel the up B, and then downward angle forward tilt.
Yeah, that's really good. Also, I've seen, I think it was None that did it, where he would stomp the up B, and then the Marth would do tech wall jump back air, right? And then Nud would crouch cancel the back air and then punish that.
And
so
then
that's like
stage.
That's crazy.
I have seen Johnny do that in other matchups. I've seen Johnny do that to like Falcos, for example, when they ledge tech up B. And by the way, we do have the clear winner. The clear winner predictions are in, and you have predicted S2J as the clear winner of this set. So we're gonna see if. We're definitely going to see if those predictions hold true. I mean, I think it makes sense for you know, S2J obviously is super duper old school staple of the West Coast. Has just been running things on the West Coast at the upper echelon for over a decade at this point.
Also got to give props to both these players. They enter their locals so often.
They do.
They really support the local scene. They really grind out those locals. So
these are, I mean, Johnny, when Johnny moved to NorCal, Johnny entered a Guildhouse local like his first week up there. So, yeah, really cool to see. Yeah, it is cool that this is actually a SoCal NorCal matchup at this point, so that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
S2J now co-workers with Shroomed and SFAT up at NVIDIA, so shout-outs.
Shout-outs.
And we're going to get into it.
That's right. We're going to go right into it.
So what were you going to say about Shroomed?
I was going to say Shroomed is the boss of them, which I think is a very hilarious.
That is hilarious.
I don't know how the world ended up where Dewan is the boss of Johnny and SFAT, but I'm here for it. I am here for it.
We're trying to figure out who's going to be the boss today. Oh, look at the door. That's
the
cold.
Stare?
That's cold.
Stare down?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, first to four. Golden Gauntlet's first matchup, and it's going to be Falcon Marth on Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, man. So
Johnny already getting a stomp.
in 2022, the set count is 5-4 in S2J's favor. Lifetime is
5-4?
Yeah, so it's very
So, yeah, like I said, yeah,
Really
close as hell.
really close.
And what is Lifetime?
Lifetime is 10-5 in Johnny's favor. Because, I mean, in the earlier sets, you know, when Kodorin was coming up, you know, Johnny took a few more.
Was the obvious favorite. Yeah,
Right.
Johnny was already top 3 or 2 in SoCal, and Kodorin was like barely powering. But
Exactly.
I was gonna say, if anything, like I thought that stat line would be further in Johnny's favor.
I think maybe there's some locals that, you know, are lost.
Didn't get recorded.
Didn't get recorded in the same way.
Nice DI away on the Nair there. That's really good presence of mind from S2J, because usually you're really looking for the DI in on that Nair, but Kodorin does pick up the edge guard anyway.
Yeah, and actually the Nair is going to be pretty strong in this matchup from the Marth's end. It's kind of difficult to contest sometimes from the Falcon's end, and because it's got like that multi-hit, sometimes it like kind of sucks you in. You get like weird DI on it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's also really good at like catching Falcon's jump out of shield when the Marth is like putting out that Nair. And Kodorin really loves catching people's jump out of shield or attack out of shield.
Yeah, Kodorin is a, I always used to say on commentary that there's two types, at the end of the day, there's two types of Marths. There's the dash dancers and the swingers. You know, they're either dashing or they're swinging. And Kodorin, I think he likes to swing.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to be swinging the sword. And, like, Zane even said to me one time that, like, I was talking about Kodorin, this is when Kodorin was first breaking into the top 15, top 10 region. And Zane said, like, you know, at the end of the day, the only, like, he was like, Kodorin's amazing. But at the end of the day, the only criticism that I could level against Kodorin is that I think at the end, when push comes to shove, there's the Marths that just want to grab and the Marths that just want to forward smash. And I think Kodorin's the Marth that just wants to forward smash, which is a little bit more old school, you know? Like, you think about, like, the more quote-unquote optimal or whatever Marth style, and it's like, you know, you're getting that grab into your zero to death or whatever. It's a little bit less committal.
Right.
Sometimes you just want that forward smash.
And I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I think it's also kind of a little bit scary sometimes to do against Falcon because you get the huge open up if you miss your forward smash.
Right.
Because, you know, there's like the wind up and the end lag of it too. So it's very interesting. I think as the set progresses, we're going to see more like offbeat kind of forward smashes from Kodorin and more like tech chase based forward smashes.
I mean, even that one was, I think it was off a pivot, so it's kind of a bait. Oh,
okay.
Actually looking for that first hit in there.
Yeah. Side B also actually a pretty good answer for Marth's neutral air as long as it's not super telegraphed.
Actually, it's funny because I always say this is actually a real... Oh!
Okay.
Coming back in with that knee. This is a very side B oriented matchup on both sides. Actually, Falcon's side B is a menace for Marth, and Marth's side B is kind of a menace for Falcon.
Yeah.
A tilt.
Oh.
Oh! Okay, big opportunity here, but that was an awkward... Oh! And another little pivot. You know what that is? That's like a shield grab bait.
Especially at that distance, right? You can't actually shield grab that.
You know who's been doing that exact setup a lot?
Who?
Is Don't Test Me. I've been...
I really didn't think.
Dude, there's that one person on YouTube that's like uploading every single Don't Test Me ranked set. And for some reason, it made its way into my YouTube algorithm, so I've just been watching Don't Test Me on YouTube like nonstop.
Ooh.
If Don't Test Me down tilts your shield, do not go for a shield grab because there is a pivot forward smash coming your way and you will die at 40.
Yeah, just back away.
Just back away, yeah. Like you gotta respect that. It was the same setup there for 2 stocks where Kodorin taps the shield, and it's like, can I shield grab this? No, you can't. And there's the side B coming in from S2J, sneaking under that, you know, kind of aerial drift from Marth.
Actually, a lot of side Bs. Usually you see side Bs kind of progress over the set. You know, like you'll see more of them as the set progresses, but. Like, games 1 and 2, we've already have like 3 or 4, but I think it's a really good answer based on how the previous sets have gone, because Nair became like kind of a big point from Kodorin's end.
Right.
The side B is a great answer for that.
It's going to be the wheel of adaptation, and I think that sort of dynamic gets really magnified in the longer set nature. Because if Kodorin ever catches on, if Kodorin ever goes, wow, Johnny sure is side being a lot, and just like dash dance shields. And then the worst feeling as a Falcon is when you do the side B and you just fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
And all right.
It looks so dumb.
It looks dumb, and you were in lag
dumb
for an hour, and it's all bad.
Yeah. Then you second guess yourself afterwards. But if it hits,
if it hits, it's go time. If it hits, it's go time.
It really is like the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. This should be an edge guard here. Yep.
Nice. Yep.
Keeping it simple, keeping it clean. Kodorin has said that S2J is actually better than the matchup in the matchup, but he's not strong at the edge guard. So as long as Kodorin doesn't get like the low percent KOs between like back air knee, up air knee, you know, at like 60% where you circumvent the edge guard entirely, it can be difficult for Johnny to close out some of these stocks.
Oh, that's death.
That's great.
I think should be able to just stall this and good roll timing there. Wow. Yeah.
Really good roll timing.
Kodorin tried to do like a little bit of an earlier up B so as to maybe be able to sneak onto the ledge, but no dice for Kodorin.
Ooh, Johnny getting stuck in the movement a little bit and actually will die for it.
Yeah, that was actually, you know, to the untrained eye, that was like, oh, Kodorin did another forward smash lull. But that was a DI mix-up. You know, Johnny DI'd away the forward smash and died at 100 because Johnny thought Kodorin would maybe go for like a forward air to go for potential like a Ken combo setup or something. So that is a bona fide just DI 50-50, and that is that's an early death because double jump was gone.
Yeah. So far, Johnny doing a great job in the edge guarding, making me eat my words.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's another Kodorin setup with with another forward smash variation.
It's really good because you can cover it covers so many tech options, right?
Right, it covers every option but roll away. And why would you roll away? You don't want to roll into the corner.
Yeah, and even if they roll away, then you know Marth is able to kind of get out of the forward smash sequence and kind of reset back to neutral. So it's a really cool setup that Kodorin has.
Agreed. Yeah, it's something that actually you see a lot in the Marth Ditto. A lot of like strong Marth players. I remember I watched a Marth Ditto a couple years ago between Kodorin and Umarth, and they were just doing that setup to each other nonstop, where they would forward smash the exact timing and spacing to cover three options out of the four.
Right. Huh. That makes a lot of sense. And again, it's just in terms of value, it's pretty good because if you just do the re-grab over and over again, it's not that great. Oh, you get the frisbee cancel.
The tree. That's a tree.
A tree?
That's been there. Shout out to Chillin'.
That's right.
Who is streaming?
Ooh, let's go chill.
Not right. I mean, not right now, but just in general.
In general.
Or maybe streaming now. I don't know. I don't know who's live. That's a stock at 238. That's a little bit of a Dreamland-ism. Oh, okay. Kodorin with the double jump. And nice air. You love to be able to air dodge it. There's the Marth. Ah, okay. That's a bad trade.
I like these non-fast-fault aerials that Johnny's been doing. It seems to be catching Kodorin kind of coming in, maybe expecting like more fast-fall timings. And you get a lot of trades as Johnny there, like that up air we saw right at the end.
Johnny's actually the drift master. He's the drift master. Johnny is a self-admittedly, Johnny actually, I think this was like on Johnny's YouTube. S2J made a video about like, he was basically talking about his own playstyle, and he basically said something like, out of like the top Falcons, like the top three, like Johnny was he none. S2J was basically saying like, I'm probably the most aerial based out of all the Falcons, both in terms of short up aerials, but also like, I'll watch sometimes like when Johnny sometimes just dismantles Falco players, Johnny just full jumps. And he's just in the air, and he like just doesn't fastfall, and it's actually kind of like, okay, when's he coming down?
And you get, and since you pointed out drift, you just get so many more drift options when you do that kind of full jump into no fastfall, right?
Yeah, it's actually pretty tough to kind of fight ground air against Captain Falcon because Falcon's fastfall is so fast, and Falcon's non-fastfall is quite slow. So it's a huge variance when it comes to trying to anti-air that character.
Yeah, it gives Johnny a lot more options when you're staying aerial like that. But in a matchup like this, like not having access, if you're in the air a lot, not having access to CC can bite you. Because I think CC is really strong. Just in general, CC is really strong. But in this matchup, I think it lends a lot of openings, especially at the lower percents.
Yeah, you'll see like, certain, like there's definitely there's something to be said for the Falcon playstyle that I feel like none originally brought to the table and later was kind of refined and further pioneered by Wizzy, where you just run up crouch. And you just take a hit and play off that, and it's like pretty good.
It's really good, yeah. Completely agree. Oh my god, is that just gonna KO?
That was actually a sick slide off read. Kodorin actually, that was like a high level play because Kodorin read that Johnny was gonna hit the 6 slide off. That's one of those like high level melee things where like, if Kodorin's playing a lower level Falcon, he probably doesn't even go for that forward smash.
Just keeping it more simple.
Threading the needle there between the stage and Randall.
Yeah. Yeah, and on the first stock, we actually saw Randall helping out Kodorin there, but Kodorin actually setting up so that he doesn't get the Randall edge guard. Oh?
Oh, great. Oh, John, I think SJ might have been able to go for another upper, but he's going to pick all this up anyway. Kodorin's double jump getting scouted right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really nice. Johnny's edge guarding's been really good.
Really good.
Light shield there is perfect, and then also not going onto stage, like knowing that Kodorin's going to fall off the stage there is really nice.
What do you think about Johnny going for El Double?
I think the side Bs are starting to get scattered out, so I think Johnny needs to calm down a little bit on the side Bs.
Bro, sometimes you're just feeling it, though.
I mean, yeah.
You know? Sometimes you're just feeling it. You got to rip that side B.
I mean, sometimes it feels like gambling, man, where you're like, oh, man, I just hit like 4 times.
Yeah.
It'll work a 5th time. Just side B. Just keep going, Johnny.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But does Kodorin love it? That's the question.
Kodorin kind of loves it.
Kodorin's he's starting to punish him.
Yeah.
So, you know. It's good to represent it. I almost feel like there's an element to this where, like, you know, Johnny might be saying, like, okay, I'm just going to do, like, 3 really predictable side Bs just to put it in his head and then stop.
Right.
And then not do another side B for, like, 5 minutes. And, like, you could do stuff like that. Because then Kodorin is completely has to shift how he's playing neutral because you're, like, really scouting that option. You know?
Definitely, because it's got kind of like that pullback motion, right? So you have to space around it a little bit more differently. Or you have to, like, run up really close and put a shield up to punish it. So punishing it can be tricky.
Right up there. Oh! But great DI from Kodorin to go to the ledge. And oh, my goodness.
Johnny goes out there.
Great. You know what that is? That's a hit confirmed.
That's right. Even with, like, the DI that Kodorin did, Johnny realized that he could still get the KO.
Yeah.
And I think in those positions, even if you don't get the hard knee, you can still get like that soft knee upper that you were talking about earlier, and then make it back to stage a lot of times. So I really like that Johnny went out there.
You know what the Vish combo used to be back in the day?
Oh, let him know, Toph.
Weak knee, hard knee.
I invented it.
You didn't invent it, but that was your combo. I swear to
I love that combo. It's such a fun combo to hit.
Oh, that side B was you know what? It's fine. I love it. I was gonna ask, but hey, one good side B deserves another. Oh my God!
Just keep side Bing, Johnny.
Yeah, just keep doing it. Just keep. Is that That's Raptor boost.
That's Raptor boost.
Yeah.
He's boosted.
He's boosted. Be honest with me. You were trying to hit hard D on the first D, and then you just realized you like misspaced into it.
Look.
Right.
Look.
Okay.
Sometimes you.
Yeah.
I'm planning for both.
I'm
all right.
not asking. You're right.
I'm planning for both.
You shouldn't read into how the sausage. You don't want to know how the sausage is made.
That's right.
My bad.
You might be right though. That's the Falcon secret. We're all actually going for hard knee, but then when the soft knee hits, there's enough time to react to do like an up air or another D.
Right. That's what they don't tell you. Except Vish. Vish, the most honest Falcon.
That's right. Only when someone calls me out and tells me that I did. That's how I do it.
I've been wanting to ask you this for 10 years.
Secret's out.
Secret's out. Andreas used to call that the gordita.
Gordita, that's right.
Because it's soft knee, hard knee. It's a soft taco and a hard taco.
That's right. That's a great name for it, actually.
But hey, no free advertising. All right. Okay. Yeah, the side Bs are. It's a good scramble option for Marth too. Marth's own side B. I'm telling you.
Definitely. See there, Johnny was definitely wanting a hard knee, but you get soft D and you're like, you know what, this is fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, and I love that faking. That bear, it's so because like up until the bear comes out, you're thinking Marth's gonna grab or Falcon's gonna grab the ledge. And by the way, another side B from Johnny.
Yeah, and then going for gentleman right after is also really tricky. You're just not. I wouldn't expect it right away off of side B like. Oh my God.
That's death and a half.
Johnny's comboing so confidently.
Super confidently.
So confidently.
Yeah, I'm loving this gameplay from S2J right now. And you know, we're like, you know, we're kind of joking about the side Bs, but like they're working.
Yeah.
And it's like all my Marths in the chat are like, yeah, that side B. Like I know you're feeling it in your heart. I know it's just like Marth players hate that move.
Oh man.
Cause it's pretty good.
It's really good.
It's pretty good. You definitely can just kind of do it, you know, and it's they got to deal with it.
Yeah, especially at the lower percents, we're not seeing like huge punishes even when Kodorin is calling it out. Double E.
Wow, Johnny's trying to bring this home.
Yeah, like every opening is like a KO. Oh, and he's mixing in the empty hops now. Oh my goodness.
Kodorin's got to find his footing.
Mm-hmm.
And look at how much more dash dance we're seeing out of Kodorin. You know, kind of worried. I need to stay grounded to not give Johnny any of these big side Bs.
Right.
Okay, we need a KO here for Kodorin. But Randall's in town.
Oh, barely not getting the KO, and Johnny makes it back. A side B, just to boot.
Yeah, just to boot. Kodorin scouting it. Doesn't quite get the edge cancel punish that he was looking for.
Mm-hmm. I really like the way that Johnny's also like falling off of the platforms with that kind of back air that he's been doing.
Yeah.
Oh!
Gotta go for and the walls. I mean, this is the Marth counter pick, but I gotta tell you, those walls, when it comes to the wall jump shenanigans that Falcon can go for, the offstage can get pretty good for Falcon between the walls and Randall, which we're really seeing.
Yeah, you get a little bit more options than other stages here, and Johnny's really no stranger to playing off of Randall. Like stuff like that, right? Being able to wall jump into air dodges like that is so nice. Ooh.
Okay, big tipper. And
good recognition, you know, not extending it further with another forward smash, not having to deal with Randall, just grabbing the edge. Okay, here's potentially a tech chase. That was really nice DI away on the down throw. That was a hard tech chase for Kodorin to hit.
Definitely. Yeah, Kodorin, I mean, that's going to be the bread and butter for Kodorin, especially these lower percents where up throw it's sometimes ambiguous, unless they're landing on the platform.
You know what I've noticed? Is actually Johnny's not doing like a lot of miss tech or tech in place. Okay, wait a minute.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
These games are just such blowouts, man. Okay.
That sounds like.
Poor Marth.
Yeah.
Always in pain.
Well, it's been in pain that time.
I mean, Falcon looks like he hurts.
S2J doesn't miss gentlemen's, huh?
In this set in particular, yeah, it doesn't look like very many missed gentlemen's at all. In fact, it might be 0.
S2J, I love the way S2J uses gentlemen. I think it's so... Oh, great great reaction there for Kodorin to throw the shield up on that stomp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you need some here. Okay. Oh, Kodorin, you see that tricky little follow-up attempt there with the double jump, no impact land on the top platform.
Yeah, oh my god, the counter hit off of that.
Amazing.
Insane.
Amazing slide off up air.
I gotta say, Kodorin's doing a really good job DIing all the nairs, even at low, minus that one. But that one is kind of one that you kind of get, that certain percent is like, all right, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
But at like the lower percents, Kodorin's making it hard for some of these neutral airs. You're not getting like nair grab or nair D at some of the lower percents.
Right there, takes an air, goes to ledge.
Yeah. Oh, Falcon's leg is so long.
Kodorin, you gotta close this out. Okay, caught the jump. That's pretty big.
Falling through the platform, that was a nice. That DI was good.
Randall's gonna get involved. Up it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Yoshi's is just too small.
Yeah, I was gonna say Johnny almost had really good DI, but yeah, Yoshi's just too small.
I wonder if there's an AMSA tech potential for that classic ATP going on for that up B. I don't know why I did a 3-letter abbreviation there.
ATP for that up B? Bars.
Is it though?
Is it?
Is it? ATP is that thing in your cells.
Yeah, I don't know what ATP is. I don't know.
Prep cycle? Isn't that a thing?
I really don't know, Toph. I'm sorry. I don't know any of the biology here. You said cells, right?
I said cells, yeah.
Well, I know that the
Perfect cell. Oh.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the
Powerhouse.
cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I don't know if that's related to ATP, but...
Gosh darn fact.
Well, all right, we're going into Game 6.
Oh, I can't count that high. I can't count that high. But yeah, Battlefield, this is... It's funny because on one end, I'm kind of like, okay, this is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot harder for Kodorin to find kills, but I'm kind of like, but the offstage is going to be a lot. Like, Falcon below the ledge on Yoshi's is annoying. Falcon below the ledge on Battlefield, that character's dead.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
There's no wall jump potential really. You can't really do too many up Bs that are. You can do like that one up B where it like kind of reverses and you can grab it, but it's hard to set up. And
hard to set up.
Not super reliable.
A little bit situational.
Yeah, but for the most part, it is much better for Marth to edge guard on the stage versus Yoshi's.
And we saw that, just a long juggle sequence into an up tilt to take it off the top. You love to just get the K off the top if you can, because then it's like, all right, cool. There's no edge guard. You don't edge guard someone when they get sent off the top. They just die.
Right. I mean, yeah, if you can circumvent the edge guarding in any position, it's so good.
Johnny! Yeah, that got real scary.
Yeah.
Real quick. Empty hop.
Yeah, empty hop after like holding down on the 2 side B hits. That was an odd situation. Oh, man. Okay, just dashing underneath, getting back to center stage, and we see Kodorin dash dancing, but Johnny overshoots a little bit and catches the dash back.
Just no, yeah, you just don't fast fall, right, when you do that knee, like if you want to do the overshoot knee.
Exactly. Oh, that's a clean combo.
And, ooh! Kodorin said we're going the distance.
Yeah, this might go to game 7.
Thank you for that. I was.
Oh God! They see that's the knee that Johnny did earlier, but Kodorin dash dances even further, dashes back even further.
Even further beyond.
Da!
That's the noise I would make too.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you did that?
That's a knee?
That's a knee.
You would have up-aired this.
Oh, I would have up-aired for sure.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't know. I feel like he got like a special contortion of the Marth body.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even that,
beautiful.
You saw S2J do the invincible ledge dash that we're talking about to clean out that stock. So
yeah, S2J's coming hot.
So good.
Really, really, really great edge guarding. Okay, Kodorin dashing all the way in the corner. Oh. Wow, nice recovery there from John. You see that little wave land down?
Uh-oh.
Or air dodge down, I guess I should even say. Half wave land, half air dodge.
That was a really good grab from Kodorin.
Half beast, half man.
Oh. What's happened here? That was really good drift.
That up B, the reason that's so hard too is because I think S2J in that up B he threatened edge cancel. On the battlefield, like the inside part of
right. That's the nice part about going super high as Falcon, right? Because if you have the edge cancels, then it's all the more tricky. And then you can also like fall through the platform like we saw Johnny do in previous stocks.
There's this like old school wisdom with Falcon where it's like, really, Falcon should never make it back. If you're playing well, like, you know, you should be able to just cover everything. I think like the more we learn about like drift and defense and melee, it's like, no, when he goes high, when Falcon goes high, it's kind of just a mix-up sometimes.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, it's tough to catch all the drift angles, but Johnny is making his comeback right now.
Real. Oh, what a dare! Oh, Kodorin. Falcon's get-up attack is a little slower than a lot of characters. It lasts longer, but Kodorin gets the pickup. Huge combo coming in.
Great air dodge there, avoiding the forward air. Both of them naring at each other.
Yeah, potentially for the set. Kodorin
catches the jump. Still hasn't landed.
Oh, side B for the follow-up. Johnny's at 161.
Finally gets the jump back, but this percent is juicy for Falcon. Nair needs
okay, weak Nair.
What's gonna happen? Oh, that up tilt didn't hit. The moonwalk.
Unreal. Oh, what a jab from Kodorin.
Yeah.
Get off me.
An important jab. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Tries to do that same knee. We're talking about it. Johnny gets it.
Oh.
Doesn't even go to.
And the fist bump for S2J.
Oh man.
That was tight.
That was a nice little comeback.
That was a great comeback. I mean, Kodorin had the huge combo to 161.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, Falcon just needs that one opening.
That's the scary part about this matchup, right? Because it felt like Marth had control, had the percent.
Yeah.
But, you know, God, the momentum just swings so heavily when you got a Falcon like Johnny sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great set. What a set to start the day with. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. We're about to get Johnny Kim, the man himself, here on the interview, first interview of the day. Welcome to the couch, Johnny Kim.
Woo!
That was fire. What a set. Wow.
Yo, congrats.
Congrats, bro.
Congrats. Hey.
What'd you think?
I don't know. I kind of lost for words right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
That looks stressful.
Intense, yeah.
Oh, man. Was there any preparation that you did specifically going into this? Because you guys have played a good amount over the course of the last year.
You know, I couldn't really play as much because of like real life stuff, so I studied a lot more and asked people for a lot more help. Usually I like say fuck every other opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the way I want to, but you know, I actually try to like study and get advice from other people.
Yeah, that's fair.
I definitely had to change a game plan because Kodorin kind of rocked me the past few times, you know. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like in particular, like Vish kept remarking on like just the quality of her edge guards was like really immaculate.
Really bad in the past. I would just like let him back or I fuck up, you know. So.
Right. That didn't seem to happen very much in this set.
Yeah, especially towards like later on, as I started warming up. So, yeah.
You mentioned that you were studying a little bit more for the set versus playing. Is there anything in particular that you did specifically for Kodorin? And you also mentioned, you talked to a few people, got their opinions. What were some of those opinions that might have affected this?
It's mostly just Kodorin's kind of a game plan guy, So he doesn't really change it up, but do you have to if your game plan's good,
Right.
So it's mostly picking up on his habits, things like that,
Yeah.
Stuff.
There were we were remarking on especially towards the earlier part of the set, and this is the kind of thing that I feel like there was a moment where you did you ripped 3 side Bs. You just did ended in neutral, and then it was and then Kodorin after that he saw that. I don't know how intentional this was, but then Kodorin started having to dash dance way more because Kodorin loves to just nair, but kind of ate some side Bs, and then I feel like you in a long set you kind of implant that you're like, oh, they're side Bing, okay, I got to play like this.
Yeah, it's all conditioning, and Kodorin's gonna adapt, and it's all RPS. Marth Falcon's all RPS in my opinion. So, nairing, down tilt, grabbing. So, he's gotta condition them, and then, that's what I try to do at least.
Yeah.
So,
and then go to town. That's such a that was a that was a crazy set. That was a crazy set. I mean, that I mean, I don't know. It was almost Game 7, so. Just the fact that you were able to make that comeback, that was a sick comeback on Battlefield.
Thanks. Yeah, it would have been. He's dangerous, man. He'd easily come back on me. I was up 2-1, 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have won Game 7, and then who knows who would have won. So happy to clutch that one.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And do you have a lot of experience playing longer sets like this, going to Game 7?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. So. You can gain momentum, but I think the way I play, I can easily lose momentum. So
Right.
I'm happy it didn't happen this time. So
Yeah.
it's thankful.
In terms of the tech chases, it felt like Kodorin couldn't get as many of the up tilt tech chases or forward smash tech chases. Is that something that you were thinking about in terms of your tech patterns and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely in my practice. Also, SDI managed a lot too, and overall defense, trying to make it really hard for the Marth.
Yeah.
So been working on that.
Dang.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it really showed. A lot of really smart applications of DIing out. And then it's every now and then, I remember there was he hit you with one forward smash where you DI'd out at 80, and it's okay, yeah, but you gotta introduce that element, because if you always just go for one type of DI, they're gonna eat that up.
Yeah, definitely.
Dang.
Well, congratulations. That was really dope. Just about the best way I think we could have started the day.
I need a victory beer.
Yeah,
That's right.
You've earned it. You've earned it. You've earned it. You've earned it. Yeah, that was fire. I mean, that was there's just oh man, yeah. I think we talked about the Falcon Marth matchup, but I think we basically got everything that we possibly could have asked for.
Definitely. I feel like a lot of things we talked about just happened.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Man.
Oh man, and it's it's exactly it's exactly, I think, and this is kind of what I'm thinking about going to the rest of the sets of the day is there's going to be that element. I love that S2J called it. He was like, Falcon Marth is all about RPS.
Yeah.
And when it comes to longer sets, it's not just it's the adaptation to which option they've been throwing. And keeping that in mind and kind of staying ahead of that wheel.
Right.
Definitely going to be thinking about that as we go into the rest of our sets. But before we do that, before we move on with our sets, we're going to throw it to PPMD with the doctor's note. He's going to tell us about what he witnessed and what his take is on some of the interactions we just had. Take it away, PPMD.
Hey everyone, what's up? PPMD here, bringing you the doctor's note, breaking down a little bit of the action we just saw, give you guys a little bit of education and insight. Hopefully you guys will follow along with me. I have some clips selected, and I'm going to be making sure that you guys are going to absolutely enjoy this. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure we get right into it. Here's our first clip. We've got S2J and Kodorin, and this is early in the set, and you're going to notice that the combo game looks a little differently than what we saw initially. You're going to see a few more drops, especially because this is going to be low percent. So I think first we're going to look at how S2J is going to get his grab. There's the back air, and not a whole lot's able to come from that. S2J might be able to get a little bit more damage from that first stomp there. So right onto that platform, couple different things can happen. Kodorin then gets his own grab, and we can see the tech chase maybe a little late. S2J gets the breakout there, and he's going to be out getting his own drop. So I just wanted to kind of point out how this was a little bit different early on. And now let's go ahead and look at the next clip because I want to show how the match progressed over time. So now we've got a slightly later percentage, same stage. And when you notice, you're going to see that off this grab, so much more can happen even with a drop. So we're going to see, a full kill coming out from Kodorin here. So there's our first grab. We have a full tech chase, which is going to help. Stadium's going to help with that as well. And now we have Falcon being able to jump up. And I would really love to get a pause after that first missed up tilt from Kodorin when we go back and check that out. So we're going to get this up throw right here, and we're going to get a pause. And so if you're going to notice, even though S2J could double jump, go up, variety directions here. We love art here at GG. You're not going to be seeing any of that because what do we have right here? This platform, this is going to be how S2J is going to break out. But because the platform's small, S2J is still going to be contained. So Kodorin can go ahead and still get his punish out right there, and that's exactly what you see. And then he's able to convert into a kill. And so that's going to be the power of the stadium platforms really getting involved. So you can kind of see Kodorin's able to just keep his pressure the whole time, even though there is kind of a drop. Falcon's still in a really bad position. Yeah, we'll move on to the next clip right after this. And so now we got a different stage. And we've got something that really came through a lot. Commentators are pointing at it a lot. And I really wanted to point out how important this interaction was, how much it came up. So when Falcon lands from his aerial, if we get a pause at that point, what I'd really like to see is if Falcon doesn't do this Raptor boost, if he does not move away, right, he is perfectly grabbable. But because he has to move back, he's going to avoid it. So Kodorin has to start playing closer to beat this option, and then of course Falcon can just drift in. And so we saw a lot of things coming out of that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Had so many things prepared, but hopefully you guys were able to figure out a little bit of how the stage got involved, how Kodorin was able to make so much happen, and how S2J was also able to open up Kodorin and play a little mix up there as well. That's going to be the doctor's note with PPMD. I'm going to throw it back over to Toph and Vish. Thank you guys so much.